Hi, welcome to my channel. This time around I'm going to show you how I made my song Moments to Remember. I started this song with an idea for an intro at first, and then I let it rest for a while, and eventually I came up with a verse and then the chorus, and I fleshed out the arrangement and so on. So here we are. We can listen to the song a bit at first so you can hear how it sounds. It's like this. Okay, there you hear a bit of how it sounds, and here are all my tracks. I've got quite a lot of tracks, as you can see here. If we start with the intro, I have an arpeggio played by two sounds that I modified in the VST Diva, and also sound which I made in the VST Odyssey. We're going to look a bit at them. Here we have the Diva. It sounds like this. And it plays like this for almost the whole song, with a few breaks here and there. And then we have a similar sound here on another instance of Diva. It's the same kind of sound, but a bit softer and together. They sound like that. And then we have the Odyssey here, which plays the same thing. Odyssey, yeah. If we look at the Odyssey, the VST plugin looks like this. This is a free plugin, a quite nice one, based on the ARP Odyssey hardware synthesizer. And this sound I've made myself, and there's a bit of echo here, or delay, that's built into the VST that I'm using. And the Diva, I think this sound is a modified preset. I think. I don't remember exactly. I tend to mess around a lot with this excellent plugin. So here we have that one, and the other looks like this. So, if we move on, the effects on the Diva, I use Valhalla Vintage Verb, and two instances of that. It's lots of space presets. I think I modified the decay maybe a little bit, but otherwise not. I've not modified it at all. And this is a gated chorus verb with a very short, which gives it, a kind of nice flavor to it. And the Odyssey, I don't think yes, I mean, I have a bit of reverb on this too. It's a preset called Huge Synth Space. And yeah, you've heard how they sound together. If we move on to the bass, I use a plugin called Little One. Down here. Oh, it looks like that. It is based on the hardware synth Little Fatty, Moog Little Fatty. I have actually never played a real Little Fatty, so I don't know how accurate of an emulation it is, but it's a nice synth, and the presets, a lot of the presets are very 80s sounding or synthwave, retrowave sounding. So if you're into that kind of music like I am, then this plugin is worth the money, actually. It's a bit hard to edit, I think, because the interface is a bit small when you adjust the tuning of the oscillators and so forth. But otherwise, it's great. Let's listen to the bass. Okay, here we have the whole. It's a pretty basic bass line, and it's the same patch that I have stacked on top of one another, and but it's in different octaves. And here you can hear. So together it sounds quite nice, I think. It's kind of a standard synthwave bass sound, but it sounds good, I think. All right, let's move on. Then I'm using another sound here in the intro with the VST OPX Pro. That is an emulation of the OBX, Oberheim OBX and OBX-A. It looks like this. It's a very nice plugin that I've had for a few years now, and with lots of great presets. I use it a lot from time to time, and this is a preset called Jupiter Back Perk. I don't think I've edited or the sound and anyway, at least I don't think so. It sounds like this if we listen to it. And it has that nice LFO that makes it a bit destabilized in the tuning, if you know what I mean. And it's quite nice, I think. It makes it more alive, the sound. And then in the intro, there's also the VST plugin PJ8X that I use a lot in my songs, and here's a sound that I've done with that I've made with two instances of the PJ8X, and it's the chords of the song. Let's hear it. It's two sounds stacked up on each other, and these sounds or patches I've made myself. if we listen to just one sound. And the other. And together. I think they have a bit of effects on them. Yes, I use Echo Boy from Sound Toys. It's a preset. I think I found it on the internet. I don't know who did this, but it's very nice preset called Anna Synth Solo Pong. It's a delay. And then we have, very nice Hall preset on the vintage Verb. And then I use Sharehouse Audio. It's a free plugin, which I use all the time, with a classic delay here, and it's just a preset called Old Digital. The only thing I'm editing when I use this delay is how much of the direct sound and the effects, how much. I don't know how to say it. You know what I mean. I edit this. Okay. Let's move on. Let's see. I forgot. Yes, there's also up here 2 instances of PJ8X again, with a rather simple bass line. It's not bass, but yeah. Nice and quite thin and mid-rangey, and so it sits well in the mix, I think. And the other sound, quite simple stuff. If we look at this preset I've made myself, and and these two I've made myself. Okay, and those 2 sounds are in the whole song, almost the whole song, as you can see. All right, and then we have 2 other sounds here that are quite almost inaudible, but gives the sound some texture, and it's sound here. And this I haven't made myself. I think I found this pad sound, but I've modified it a bit. And then we have the Synth 1 VST with another preset that I found called Choir Pad, and they sound like this together. And then they are in the background, as you can hear. Okay. Let's move on. What do we have next? Well, there's a bit of effects, I think. No, it's not. This PG8X sound is dry, and this Synth 1 VST also. The Synth 1 VST has built-in effects, chorus and delay and so forth. Where was I? Well, when the verse kicks in over here, we have a pad that's played by the PJ8X again, my favorite VST plugin. And this is a patch that, well, the original patch I've not made up myself, but I've edited it quite a bit, and this is from my JX8P synth that I then transferred to the computer to PJ8X. And you might ask me, why don't you use your JX8P, because hardware is always better and analog is always better, and so forth. When it comes to PGX and JX8P, they are very similar sounding, almost identical, and it's a lot easier to have it in the computer. So I'm a bit lazy when it comes to songwriting sometimes, so therefore I want to have it here, and I can adjust it on the fly if I want to adjust the preset a bit to make it fit the song better. So that's why I use the PG8X in this instance. Well, it sounds like this. Nice, quite simple pad. I like it very much, this preset. Alright, what do we have? Alright, I will check. Yeah, okay. If we move down here to the drums, I use, for this song, it's almost only Lindrum samples that I've taken in, put into Contact here, which is a sample player plugin, you can say. So I've got the bass drum here. I've actually EQ'd this a little. Oh, right. Okay. Let's see if we can see this better. Yeah, here. EQ'd it a bit. Otherwise, well, no effects on it or no compressor. And here we have the, I think it's a hi-hat. Yeah. And then the snare, and here on the snare I have, okay, let's see if we can see that. Yeah, it's also a bit EQ on that, and a bit of effects. You can see here, Valhalla, and the gated chorus verb, and more. Yeah, I like reverb. A big and fluffy 80s reverb. Yeah, the drums are quite simple, but fits nicely with the songs. And I've also added addictive drums, but that's just the cymbal, because the cymbal samplings in Lindrum sounds like crap, I think. Lo-fi and crappy, and sometimes you want that, but mostly you don't want it. At least I don't. So I use a cymbal that actually sounds like a real cymbal. You can see here. All right, and well, we have a clap here, but it's Lindrum also. Well, I think we have some tom-toms from some drum machine that I don't remember. Well, it's quite nice, and you hear the effects on that. Quite a lot of reverb, and also delay on that one. All right, and then we have down here a sound that's not so frequent in the song, but it's one of my favorite presets from the OB Extreme VST plugin. A great plugin. Only 32-bit, I think, though. And it sounds like this. We shall listen. yeah, quite nice, I think. Okay, that's what that does in the song. Okay, we move on. Then there are more sounds from the PG8X down here. Well, let's listen to what that sounds like. Yeah, another one of those sounds that I made myself. Sort of polyphonic sound. And down here, also a sound that I've made. And there's quite a bit of effects on this. As you can see, chorus from Tal and Echo Boy and, well, reverb. This is Steinberg's Reverb A that is included in the Cubase 5 that I'm using. Yeah, I think you get it. And then we have one of my favorite sounds from the 80s, and that's the E2 Voices presets from the Emulator 2 synthesizer. I love this sound. Pet Shop Boys use it all the time on their hits from the 80s, and other bands like Cutting Crew and Jackie Graham also. Yeah, I love this sound. And yeah, I forgot to mention, this is the Emulation 2 from UVE. It's a plugin that I recommend you buying. It has a lot of great sampled 80s sounds that you can use. Yeah, okay. Let's move on. Down here we have the saw stabs that I often use in my songs. And in this song I use the MS-20, which is a monophonic synth in its originality, but you can make it a polyphonic synth when you use the plugin which I've made here. And this is a brass or saw stab sound with a bit of effects on this one too. And on the PG8X I also have a stab sound. Okay, and a lot of effects on that too. Yeah, looks like this, and together they sound. Okay, there's a lot of tracks, as you can see. Well, now we have, at the end of the song, I actually use some hardware. And over here, I use my Juno 60, and it's a very simple, thin patch that I thought was kind of nice. And I have, yeah, a brassy kind of sound. Oh, sorry. And here we have some pulse with modulation kind of pad sound. Another one here. I have a little bit of effects on those two. So this is to fatten up the sound at the end of the song, to build up to, yeah, something. And at the end I also use my SY22 Yamaha. It's a kind of a crappy synth actually, but it does certain sounds really well. It's a digital 90s kind of synth. These kind of sounds it does marvelously, I think. So I have 3 sounds on top of each other. Yeah. All right. What have I forgotten? Well, okay. Let's go to the vocals. And they are down here. And, well, for my vocal track, I use Dynamics. It's just a standard compressor and a multiband compressor. That's Steinberg's own multiband compressor, and a little bit of auto-tune, a little bit of chorus to just fatten up the vocal sound a little bit, and a de-esser. And then, yeah, not much EQ, but a lot of effects, as you can see. Reverb, 3 reverbs, and 2 delays. And, well... It's late and we're walking home. You don't wanna be all on your own this night when the stars are out. Well, sometimes I wish I was a better singer, but I think I'm okay and it works. And in the chorus I have dubbed the vocals here. Will you take my hand and let me feel the wonders? And at the end we have some a bit more vocals here. You can hear that. Will you take my hand and let me feel the wonders? Will you be the one, make me believe? These are moments to remember. Will you take my hand and let me feel the wonders? Will you be the one, make me believe? These are moments to remember. Yeah, so that's how that sounds like. Yeah, I forgot one more sound. And where do we have that? Let's see if I can find it. It's quite an important sound. Ah, yeah, here. The OBXD, a free VST plugin based on the OBX and OBXA. And this is a preset that I found somewhere, and I've modified it a little bit, I think, but not much. And it sounds like kind of like Blade Runner or something. You can hear it here. And I use a bit of chorus on that one. I think that's about it. So it's quite a bit of tracks here, as you can see. And the song is pretty simple. Maybe I'll do a video when I break down what chords and stuff that I use, if you want to. But otherwise, that's the whole thing. We can listen a bit to the song now. So that's the whole song. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe you got some ideas of how you can do your own music. Or how to not do your own music. I don't know. We all have different tastes, of course. Okay, have a nice day. Goodbye.